guys, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. So, this is the next episode of Let Me Tell You About Homestuck. We're still in Act 1, and this is the fourth part of Act 1. Still the beginning. And we left off with John messing around in the study and preparing to go back into the living room, and that was on page 79. So, let's continue with that. You're in the living room and decide to check the mailbox outside. You want to exhaust all options before seeing your dad. You leave the house and check the mail. Empty. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It is your 13th birthday, and with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is the latest sleight of hand in the repertoire of unseen Riddler. One to engender a sense of not of mirth, but of lack. His coarse schemes are those less of a prankster and more of a common pickpocket. His riddle is absence itself. It is a mystery dispersing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection. Even with one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well, it is the most diabolical riddle of all. Absence diminishes little passions and increases great ones, as wind extinguishes candles and fans a fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you are certain Walt Whitman said that. 100% positive. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. You think about leaving the mailman a surprise, but you find it. You check the car to see if there's any mail in the car. You see a green package and a piece of paper. But your dad has the keys to the car, and the car is locked. You decide to spy through the kitchen window, and you see steam from baking. You also see a red package and what looks to be the game. But the window is locked. With no other choice, you enter the kitchen. Your dad tries to give you a freshly baked cake, and you decide you have no other choice but to strife with him. He quickly sees through your clever disguise, of course, and he is blocking your path to your stuff. You re-equip your clever disguise quickly to defend against the pie to your face. You capatulog the pie tin, and that knocks the smoke pellets out. You wait, and nothing happens. Drat. You quickly grab the cake to capatulog it. Sassacre's text flies out of the Silex and lands on the smoke pellets, sending off the fire alarm. With your dad busy, you decide to take all of your stuff and your dad's PDA. With this, the clever disguise falls out of your Silex, but you don't really mind. You head to the living room and capatulog the cake on the couch, removing the pie tin from your Silex. You try to merge both cakes to make a double-decker cake, and merge everything in your Silex. You decide to head to the bathroom to find something to clean this mess up. You can see your backyard from the bathroom window, and you see your swing set and your spring-mounted pogo toy. You had a lot of injuries on that thing. In the bathroom is a clean towel and your dad's razor. You use both to hack out the cake and clean up the items that you want. With all items recapitulated, you throw the cake in the toilet. But it was an accident because it flew out of your Silex because your Silex is full again, and yours just... it's so frustrating. Sigh. You decide to enter your room and you admire your failure to launch poster. This spawns you musing about the movie and fanboying after Matthew McConaughey. After that, you check Pester Chum and see that GG God Gnostic has wished you a happy birthday. Turntech Godhead has also bothered you, and is wondering why you're so popular, but he went idle. You decide to use sarcasm on him, and in doing so, quote one of your movies. This annoys him, because he thinks all your movies that you love totally suck. But then you talk to him about his glasses that you got him, and he says that he's wearing them ironically. He let you know that the big red package that you got, that you let him know that you got, yeah, that's from him, and you should totally open it. You talk about how it's trapped in your Silodex, and decide to just space out on the internet for a while. You open MS Paint Adventures, and view the new Midnight Crew thing that's coming out. You liked the previous story better. After a while, you decide to stop messing around and just install SBurb. You see that it's trying to establish a connection, and you're very confused by this. You abandon it and decide to learn data structures instead. You go over to your bookshelf where you have various different books and try to find the Data Structures for Assholes book. It looks like a very ornery text, and you decide maybe you don't want to read it. You decide to grab the free structure instead. It's a fetch modus, which is first in first out, rather than your stack, which is first in last out. So yeah, you equip it and notice that it's kind of just as inconvenient as your last one, but you're gonna give it a try. And that was this section. It ends on page 120, and yeah. So that was actually about 40 pages, which really didn't feel that much, but kind of stuff happens fast, I guess. So I guess until the next episode, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great night. Alright. Bye bye.